Welcome, guys, to Think About It Reviews, and we're talking The Man from Nowhere by request. Now, this is a South Korean action thriller starring Won Bin and written and directed by Lee Jwan Boam. What can I say? I butcher names. You're welcome. So, this film, I felt like there was a lot of films put into this film, but you could check this film out on Netflix, and you can let me know your own thoughts down below in the comments section. So let's get into it. The plot really is Won Bin, who plays this guy named Chai-T. Yeah, Chai-T. Leads a quiet life, life running a pawn shop. His only friend is a little girl, Soi-mi, who lives next door. Soi-mi's mother, Hai-Juan, is a heroin addict who steals drugs from a feared organized crime group. She pawns her camera bag to Tai-Chi. He does not realize it has stolen drugs inside. Crime lord of Moi Bin sends his subordinates, brothers Moi Sukoi and Jong Hoik, to retrieve the drugs. That's right, I have no idea how to say these names. Deal with it. That's basically the synopsis. That's the plot of it, and it is absolutely right. Chai-T does live this kind of lonely life. He's very mysterious. That's why the title is called The Man from Nowhere, because we don't know anything really about him in the first hour. He has this long hair. You can barely see his eyes. You see this little girl who kind of befriends him. What happens is, these crime bosses come, they kidnap not only the mother but the little girl as well, and they have Chai-T running errands, or an errand for them that sets him up to be hunted by the police. This film, like I said, is an action thriller, and I think the first hour it's very slow paced. It's trying to get you involved with the relationship between him and the little girl, because the little girl gets picked on in this film. In the very beginning, she's picked on. Nobody loves her. Her mom doesn't love her. Her dad apparently doesn't love her either. I don't know, whoever the daddy is. I don't think they really tell you. She's just very much a little girl who's wandering around by herself, and the only friend she has is Chai-T. But Chai-T even shuns her at one point, so she's devastated. And Chai-T he's trying to be a loner. He's trying to just live his life, but he has a soft spot for the little girl, and along the film you realize why he has a soft spot for the little girl. It's definitely like a father-daughter relationship in this film, and that's really the key for this film. If that relationship doesn't work, then you go, why is he trying to track down these guys just to save this little girl that's not even his daughter? But it does work. It definitely does work, and you find out more along the film that Chai-T is kind of a badass. And like I said, action thriller, guys. Action thriller. So Chai-T is in this film, I'm like, who is this guy? He's very mysterious. What is this film all about? Because in this first kind of hour, or I'd give it first maybe 35 minutes, you're just wondering, where is this film going? Is this going to be him just, transporting? Because that's what I felt like. I felt like first, this was a transporter film. And then along the way, it started becoming a Man on Fire film with Denzel Washington, where he's trying to save the little girl as well. And it starts becoming a John Wick film, the Keanu Reeves film. So I'm like, damn, these are all these films put into one. And honestly, guys, it's a really good film. It's actually a really, really good film towards after you get done with that 35-minute mark in the very beginning. It starts getting more entertaining. It starts getting a little bit more there's a little bit, I don't want to say twists, but there's a great flow to the film. There's a great flow, there's a great tone, especially when he's definitely trying to get the little girl back, and he's definitely fighting this organized crime, especially the crime bosses and their henchmen, because he fights in the film. And I think the action sequences are not overbearing and not over the top, where it's not the Raid. You're not going to get the Raid kind of action sequences. You're not going to get phenomenal action sequences, but it's really well done. It's still really well choreographed. There was one particular fight with Chai-T and his rival in this film, who the rival is very quiet, does what his boss says, but there's a little honor between Chai-T and his this other guy who comes in, and they fight at least twice in the film. But there's an action sequence between those two, and it really focuses on not like a lot of movement, but there's a lot of movement in the hands and in the striking, and definitely of the use of weapons. And that kind of action sequences was actually kind of really great. It made me go, whoa, oh my god, ugh. Like, it made me kind of just glued to the TV, like, that's pretty badass. I liked how Chai-Ti was working that knife right there. So this film has some good action sequences, better than Batman v Superman. I'm just kidding, I'm sorry guys. But and then also the story of, it's a simple story, it's a very simple story. It does bring, once he's doing a lot of things, especially running an errand for the crime bosses, or the crime boss, it does have a little bit of a twist there. But you know, it does make me laugh though. I mean, Korean films, I mean, I love foreign films, I love you know, anything action wise as well, like IP Man, or Ip Man. You have The Raid, but sometimes, man, these actors definitely go for it. They are over top with their acting. Sometimes it makes you laugh when, I don't know, well, yeah, I think you're supposed to laugh. They have fun with it, which is great to watch a film when they look like they're having fun with the film. The only downside with this film was it was a little bit slow. The cops that are introduced in this film are not necessarily really needed. The actual henchmen or the actual villains in this film could have been a little fleshed out a little bit more. I felt like I needed a little bit more. They're just there to be, you know, they laugh, they drink, they have, you know, they slip roofies and girls' drinks. Like, they're just like that kind of villainous. But I would have liked to have a character like the rival that was going against Chai-Ti, a little bit more backstory, a little bit more just a little more invested in the villains than them just to be killed off at the end. I mean, not necessarily that Chai-Ti doesn't die. I'm just saying, you don't know, guys. Okay, but the film is really well shot as well. Like, especially with the action sequences. There's some car chases in here. I saw everything. The movements were great. The cinematography was really, really great, especially when it was night and it was definitely these dark. He was like Chai-Ti was going through these dark places. I thought the cinematography was well done, especially the garage scene. I thought the garage scene's cinematography and the lighting was very well done. Overall, I think The Man from Nowhere is a great foreign film. Actually, it's just a great overall film. It's not too action packed, but it doesn't invest you in the story. It doesn't invest you in the relationship between Chai-Ti and this little girl, because the little girl is adorable. Okay, she's adorable. You feel for her. You feel why. I mean, at one point she's stealing stuff. She's stealing stuff just to survive. But it just overall was a great film. I do recommend it. Is it my favorite film of all time? No, it's not. Have I seen better action films in somewhere else? Yes, I have. I've seen better action films in, like The Raid. But unlike The Raid, I think I was more emotionally pulled for this film than The Raid. So I think that's what this film has going for it. It does have a lot of emotional pull towards it, and it also has great action sequences with it. And the lead, Chai-Ti, I hear that he is actually a model. I thought he was like a pop star, but he's actually a model, and he actually did a very great job. I think the lead was very good. I mean, he didn't get a lot of lines, you know, but the way he conveyed himself, the emotional, his face expressions and everything, I mean, I thought he did a great job. I was very impressed by this guy and his take. So very good. And you know, the acting, the little girl was very good as well in her acting. I thought everybody's acting in this film was good. There was some over the top parts, like I said, but overall, The Man from Nowhere definitely deserves a recommendation. Check it out on Netflix. It's right there, guys. I mean, I think you've passed it when you're looking through films, because I did. I was like, oh wait, it's this film. Yeah, I always see this film on here, but I never took the time to watch it. So you guys should take the time to watch it. The Man from Nowhere on Netflix. And that's all I really have to say, guys. I do recommend it. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts if you have seen this film. I'm Dan Maneke, Daniel's son. Like I always say, guys, grab a tick, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema.